Hayles and Howe Incorporated is located in Baltimore, Maryland. In the late 1980s, Hayles and Howe company founder and world Scagliola expert David Hayles was contracted to restore the Scagliola in the New Jersey State House in Trenton, New Jersey. Because of their superior work, more projects were contracted and more craftsmen were sent to the U.S. from England. The Hayles and Howe reputation grew until it became clear that a United States plasterwork and Scagliola company would flourish. This is the story of the life of David and Angelique.
I started working in Baltimore's workshop, the Hayles and Howe Baltimore workshop in Fells Point. I'm working in the workshop and they bring a column through and I'm like, why are you bringing marble through? Because that's not marble, that's Scagliola. And they had a job that they were starting in Fort Wayne. It was giant, about 3 years. And so I said, I'll go, I want to learn. And I drove from Maryland to Fort Wayne and knocked on the door, and David was my roommate. And after 3 years of learning and living together and doing really cool stuff, we were like, hey, let's build ourselves a palace. And our first intentions, our original intentions was to buy a plot of land, put a little humble house on it, and then go bicycle around the world.
David and Angelique make their own cider, grow their own vegetables, and can their own food.
These are quite juicy apples, so they make lots of cider. If they're not very juicy, then you don't get so much juice. So we'll get quite a bit out of these ones.
So all the apples that we pressed, I'd say this is probably about a bushel, so that bushel got completely pressed. So I was down at a roofing company and I saw these reconditioned tires that were melted to look like slates. They were really expensive and I was like, the tread's slate looking, isn't it? We just sidewalls off and cut the tread into 6 shingles and shingled the roof with the tires. Reused as much stuff as we possibly could rather than just building and just creating this throwaway world. I think that if we build sustainably, then we'll have more time to do more fun things like ride horses. Hi. And this is Lurch. This is Twitch. He's the one that I ride. And this is Lurch, David's horse.
My horse, Lurch, won over $100,000 in racing. So this is where Angelique makes all her hats. There's all the fabrics are up here and things,
Angelique has been designing, sewing, selling, and shipping one-of-a-kind hats for over 15 years. She has made well over 700 hats, no two alike.
Restoring, there's too many new things replacing the old things, and the old things, the look of them, the feel of them, the craftsmanship that was put into them is priceless, and I think that we should just continue to keep it whole and keep it around so it can be inspiring aesthetically and visually for generations to come. I've been teaching the kids all about the different styles of columns on the bus. I'm like, do you know what kind of column that is? And they're like, we have no idea, I thought it was a post. And teaching them the difference between Corinthian and Doric and things like that, and showing them that there's something a little bit more than just a square building.